Yes, sir.
It may be a brisk fall day outside of University Park, Pennsylvania, but the anticipation is heating up for round 2 between Wisconsin, ranked number 3 in the country, and number 14, Penn State. Hello, everybody, and welcome into Big Ten Plus. Evan Papalis and Andre Magera with you here for a big top 15 matchup here in NCAA women's ice hockey. Yesterday, the Nittany Lions getting a 4-1 victory in a huge upset over the Badgers. And now, Andre, what do the Badgers have to do tonight to respond to get out of this series with a split?
I think they're going to have to take their chances. I mean, Wisconsin didn't have a lot of clear-cut chances outside of their early rushes that they were able to create that shorthanded goal off of early on in the game. After that point, Penn State really controlled the tempo of the play, taking it to the Badgers after that beginning push from Wisconsin in the second period. So they're going to need more offensive tenacity. Yes, they outshot Penn State, but the clear-cut chances weren't exactly there for Wisconsin. And second of all, both teams have to stay out of the penalty box. 9 combined penalties last night isn't going to be the formula of success for everybody. But then again, Wisconsin 0 for 5 on the power play. Take those chances when they come to you.
The sin bin was populated last night. Penn State was perfect on the penalty kill, 5 for 5. Able to scratch home a goal on the woman advantage as well. 1 for 4 overall on the night, with Tessa Janicki getting the lone tally for the Nittany Lions. She was fantastic in her freshman debut last night. 2 goals and assists for 3 points, 2 penalties as well. Her line will take the ice to battle of second lines to get things underway. It'll be Tessa Janicki going against Jessie Comfort to lead things off here this evening. Game number 2 of the season. Pagula Ice Arena, the venue. Puck dropped and we are underway here in Pennsylvania. Wisconsin skating from left to right in the red jerseys. Penn State in their grays and blues. Britta Curl, the captain, getting it right away. Carly Garcia comes to her defense early on in the far corner. Penn State able to usher that puck out to neutral ice. Janicki took a stick up high and a couple of slashes going back and forth. Shayla Edwards back for it for the Badgers. Janicki pinches in to keep it alive. And now Curl has it for Wisconsin. They break out 3-on-3. Back end going to get a change early on for Wisconsin. In deep. Shirley comes for it. Now Janicki, she's touched the puck a couple of times already. She'll dance with it, makes a woman miss. That's Casey O'Brien, the lone goal scorer for the Badgers last night. Janicki dumps it in deep. Penn State getting a change, top line coming onto the ice. Olivia Walleen with a chance, but she could not get that backhand opportunity cleanly. And there's going to be a trip right there on Walleen. Quickly going to the bench is Jane Gervais. So 6 against 5 for the time being. Penn State looking to get a touch. They'll be down a woman early on in this contest behind Josie Bothan's goal. Now Badgers have it themselves. Lacey Eden, 9 shots last night to leave Wisconsin. She rips one that goes off the left pad. Bookbinder back to the point for Caroline Harvey, the freshman. She was fantastic last night. This is blocked by Penn State. Finally touched up by Izzy Heminger. We'll have our first power play opportunity tonight. Only a minute and 23 seconds deep into this one. Badgers get the first shot.
You called it, Evan. Textbook, a trip from Olivia Walleen, and we talked about it. Both sides going to have to limit that sloppy play, and Walleen just gets a little too tenacious on that forecheck. Winning pucks down low was something that worked really well for Penn State early on in the game last night, and after Wisconsin comes out with a couple of gut punches, they try to win the puck in deep, and Walleen just a little too much there.
Kirsten Sims wins the faceoff. Back to Nicole Lamontia. She gives it to the far side for her defense partner and Natalie Bookbinder. Down low, back to the point. Lamontia dishes it to Shirley. Back in the corner. Shirley with it one more time. Gives it out in front. This one's poked away, though, by Bothan. On an opportunity there for Sims right in the middle of the slot area. Sophie Shirley, one of the Shirley sisters on this team, gives it back straight away for Lamontia. Quick touch pass right out in front. Saved by Bothan. Another shot. Rebound opportunity. Gets saved again by Josie Bothan. Spectacular early on here. Minute 20 left on the power play. Shirley to the far side for Lamontia. Gives it down low. Here comes a shot opportunity from Bookbinder. Whistles wide of the cage. It'll go all the way out to neutral ice. Penn State's going to send all 4 back for a line change opportunity. 1:08 to go in the power play. Just over 2:15 into this contest. Janicki applying pressure on Lamontia. She's been out there for a long time as the defender for Wisconsin. Casey O'Brien getting hounded heavily there by Penn State and Courtney Correa. Badgers prevail to center. Curl, giving it to Eden. Eden trying to out-hustle Lindy Lobdell. Finally gets behind the defense, but it's the partner in Carly Garcia, the sophomore for Penn State. Gets it back to the point. Harvey O'Brien. Down low for Curl. Curl, straight away. Here's Harvey. Her shot going wide of Bothan's cage. Another one just chopped back to the netting again. Excuse me, the glass area. Near corner, Garcia just trying to find some space with it. She has none. Pinches it back. Correa draped all over O'Brien, but coming away is Comfort, the brother of JT of the Colorado Avalanche. Here comes a shot from Eden that goes off the outer edge of the post. Bothan holding strong. Straight away for Harvey. O'Brien near side, top of the ring. Big Ten logo for Harvey. One-time opportunity blocked nicely there by Correa. Penalty has expired. Here comes Wallene spilling back onto the ice out of the sin bin. This puck gets away. Janicki pokes it forward. She's going to have an opportunity here. Gervais is going to stay in goal. Janicki on her backhand goes to the forehand. Oh, right off the right pad there of Gervais. Didn't get a clean shot opportunity, did Janicki. Penn State, they're going to try and find some offense of their own. Just about 4 minutes deep into this contest. Good action early on. 3 shots to 2 for Wisconsin. Marianne Picard, fourth line on the ice for Wisconsin. Here comes the top line for Penn State and Zanin. She's tripped up. There's going to be a penalty coming up on Sarah Wozniewicz. It'll be touched up by the Badgers. 3:59 in this contest. Now both teams are going to have their first opportunities on the power play.
Catch your breath, Evan Papalis. It's end-to-end action. Either way you slice it. Some good looks for Wisconsin on that power play, using the middle of the ice. They were operating a lot on cross-crease passes, cross-ice passes yesterday, but a couple of chances up the middle. Bothan shut the door, and then Tessa Janicki turned on the afterburners, had a look. Wallene just overskated the cage, or she would have had a yawning goalmouth to put the loose change into. But then Kiara Zanin back on the ice creates an opportunity for Penn State.
Zanin wins the faceoff back to Renee Gangarosa. Both of those names I just mentioned, captains for this squad. Izzy Heminger, near point. Skating to the top of the near ring, back to Gangarosa straight away. Now far side in the circle for Zanin. Below the cage, that's Ellery Mackay. Zanin taking her time, back to Gangarosa. Gives it off to Zanin once more. She has a little bit of space. She'll go down low for Mackay. Quickly squirts off of her skate. Now she has an opportunity to poke it out in front, but it's sticked away nicely there by Shayla Edwards. Zanin keeps it alive, and then the puck just floats off the end of her stick blade. Penn State will have to retreat. Wisconsin looking to get a line change. They do. 1:20 to go on the Badger penalty kill. Zanin gains entry. Couple of captains coming together with Curl all over her. Guided back to the point for Gangarosa. Curl provides some defense there, but the Penn State is able to get that offense to prevail for the time being. This one is shot down deep. Badgers looking to get some more fresh legs on the ice halfway through this Penn State opening power play. 5 minutes into this contest. Tessa Janicki. Little floating saucer cut off nicely, though, by Caroline Harvey. Janicki's going to try and race this one down. She does. And she'll set up right behind Josie Bothan, who last night had a fantastic outing for the Nittany Lions. Got the win, 27 saves to go along with it. And a .964 save percentage coming into tonight. It's getting better as we get underway. Caitlin Roberts, right in front of the Wisconsin bench, gains entry. She's cut off nicely, though, by Natalie Bookbinder. Near corner, 2 against 2. Roberts prevails. She still has it, gives it off to Janicki, her center mate. Looking to go right out in front, they do. Shot right into the paraphernalia of Gervais, able to stick it out just for the time being. All the way over to the far boards. O'Brien gets it out to center just for a chance to breathe here. 10 seconds left for Penn State on the power play. They're going to get a line change, and Butsy dumps it in. First time we're saying her name, Kendall Butsy, the freshman from Cleveland, Ohio. Gets it in deep. Back at full strength we are as O'Brien has it in neutral ice. Maya Vaslett. To Lindy Lobdell. Over to her partner in Garcia. Floating saucer goes over the stick of Alyssa Machado. Sarah Wozniewicz just chipping it in deep. That pass goes awry from Lobdell, looking for Garcia once more. Here's Julie Goff. Had the empty net goal last night to seal the deal for Penn State. Machado gets it in deep. Vivian Jungles chasing it down. She leaves a backhand there. And now Wisconsin breaks it out. Layla Edwards, another set of sisters, the Edwards and the Shirley's we have on Wisconsin. We have an offside here. 13:21 to go. Great back and forth action so far, Andre.
Indeed, and going back to that Penn State power play, really good first minute plus of the kill for Wisconsin, but then here you see Kendall Butsey was actually the one that got forward and had that grade A opportunity away on Gervais, something that Coach Campersall talked about after last night. One of the tactical changes in his team going into this season, having more aggressive defenders to pinch in when necessary. That was a grade A opportunity there for Penn State, created through their defenders pinching. Something to watch as the game goes on.
Now Zanin whips one right out in front of the goal. Gervais able to stick that one aside. Here comes a hot shot off the stick of Izzy Heminger, goes wide. Butsey trying to find an opportunity. She's pinched along the boards by Sophie Shirley. Two aside, Wallene and Butsey in there for Penn State. Now it's whipped to the far. Shayla Edwards tries to high backhander, but only goes into the body of Mackay. Has a little bit more time and space, and she'll give it off to her defense partner. Lamontia receives it right back. Badgers can only get it out to no man's land. Penn State able to get the puck right back in. They'll get a full 5-woman change here. 12:29 to go in period number 1. Wisconsin found the only goal of last night's contest. Fourth line on the ice for Penn State, centered by Maeve Connolly. Looking for a touch pass out to center for Eden. She's providing good hustle, but Penn State is able to clip her off nicely. Connolly goes down with O'Brien all over her. Puck squirts right out in front, but Boston ices it down nicely. 12:07.
It's how dangerous this Wisconsin team can be. As soon as they get into the zone, Penn State has numbers back. Doesn't really look like there's that much of a chance, but all it takes is one puck battle in at the boards, spilled out on Boston, and then Lacey Eden, probably been one of Wisconsin's best players for this first game plus of this series, just always finds a way to get into those scoring positions and forces her to smother, gives Wisconsin a good chance here with the face-off.
Eden, 9 shots last night, the best by any player on either side. Get a face-off opportunity here. Third line wins it, Kirsten Sims. This one is a high shot that's just swatted down nicely to the ice by Bothan. A little bit of an SOS trying to jump on top of that one, but she gets it regardless. So not too much time wasted right there. No line change forthcoming.
There's another look at that chance for Penn State on the power play, right on the doorstep, Kendall Butsey. And the Nittany Lion newcomers, Evan, continue to be some of the biggest performers in this series. Mentioned 7 newcomers for Penn State, 5 freshmen, and they've all had their moments.
Woznovich looking to circle around the near ring. Try to give it off to Layla Edwards, but Janicki coming the other way. 3 against 2 for Penn State. Korea trying to get her way through some bodies. Does for the most part. Janicki on the backhand. 3 against 1 for her. Gives it down low to Caitlin Roberts. Right in the high slot for Korea. Looking down low. Back for Roberts. She pushes one right out in front. It'll be cleaned up there by Woznovich. Badgers get to center. Harvey, the defenseman, looking for a shot opportunity. She does. Looking to wrong foot Bothan right there, but Bothan, it's all to the task. Whips this one, able to keep it in, though, is Comfer of the Badgers. Garcia overskated the puck. Shirley gives it right out for Comfer. Her shot opportunity goes off a stick right there of Lobdell. Tough angle opportunity. Poked away nicely by Bothan. Lobdell trying to float this one into center. Just get it out of dodge for the time being. Shirley keeps it alive. Lobdell one more time. Fielded nicely by Vivian Jungle. She's played spectacularly here the last couple of seconds. Right out in front for Shirley. Pass came from Comfer. Could not get it on the tape of the stick, however. Comfer far side. Being hounded by Garcia. Garcia playing the physical body. And now Penn State is able to get it right back as we're nearing the halfway mark of period number 1.
Evan, Penn State really has yet to grow into this game 5-on-5. If Wisconsin can stay out of the box, they've definitely had the better chances and the better passage of play so far.
Here's a turnover by Penn State. Eden rips one off the left arm of Bothan. Fights it off to the near corner. Penn State still not able to clear the defensive zone. Kutlowski, right-handed shot into the chest plate of Bothan, but she's not able to corral it. Possession stays alive. O'Brien to Maddie Wheeler. Fumbles the puck for a second. Just could be enough for Machado as she does get it into the neutral part of the ice. But O'Brien is stalled to the task. Gets it right back one more time. She has Eden with her. Julie Goff trying to be superwoman for Penn State just to get it out of the defensive zone. Butsey there as well. O'Brien back on the chase. She's been all over the map, has the alternate captain here in the first 20 minutes. Trying to feed it out in front was Eden to no avail. Goff past her own bench. Now she'll glide past the Wisconsin bench as she dumps the puck in deep. Gervais will play it. Shayla Edwards, backhand stab to Lamontia. She goes up the boards. Woznovich with Sims to her left, just poking it past Butsy. Heminger going to be there defensively for Penn State. Sims spills down on her backside on the ice in the near corner. Now Harvey lost the puck for a second. She's battling against Wallin. 3 against 2 for Penn State, but it goes back to the point for Layla Edwards, excuse me. Edwards has that pass go awry. Here comes Ellery Mackay. 3 against 3. Maybe some tired legs for her. She just wants to get it in deep and be the F3. Tumbling down to the ice is Harvey. Could have been a potential opportunity for Penn State, but to no avail. Woznovich looks to dump it in deep. It rides the dasher, maybe a little bit of the glass as well. But Penn State has to retreat. They'll have to go 200 feet to get into the attacking zone. Puck was offsides for a half second. Gangarosa prevails. She'll raise a high backhand opportunity behind Gervais' goal. Circling the wagons, Kutlowski gets it to center ice. Kopfer charging in on the forehand, being hounded from the front, and behind. Just able to get that weak shot on goal. Bothan covers up, and we'll have our first media timeout. We'll step aside. Number 3, Wisconsin, nothing. Penn State, number 14, nothing on the scoreboard as well. Just getting underway here on Big Ten Plus. Back here on Big Ten Plus, no score. Faceoff will be to Josie Bothan's left in the Penn State defensive end. Neither side prevailing off the faceoff right away. Now Penn State does have possession. Gives it away, though, to Jessie Compher, the sister of J.T. Compher, one of the newest Stanley Cup champions, a part of the 2022 Avalanche Cup winning team. Lindy Lobdell in the far corner. Wisconsin out shooting Penn State 8-4. Early on in this contest, 28-24 was the final shot total of last night's contest in favor of the Badgers. Lobdell looking for Roberts, but the extra skater and Mason Toft, the only player skater-wise on the ice. That wasn't a part of last night's contest. Coming in for Helgeson. Janicki, nice deke right there, trying to make it happen twice. She does, but it's going to be deemed offside. Just a step too soon was Courtney Correa.
Back and forth action here in the early going, and Penn State's certainly on the back foot after that first section of play, especially 5-on-5. But the Nittany Lions talked about weathering these storms. They had to weather one early from Wisconsin last night, and that was something that Jeff Campersall harped on. And they're going to have to do that again here tonight if they want to try to get into this hockey game. But they're showing signs of pushback. They're getting these breakouts when they need to get changes off the ice. Now it's all about just sustaining pressure in the Wisconsin end.
Penn State not able to get clean possession right there. Luckily, that stick was poked out to center by Machado. Badgers whip it right back in. Heminger first to it, beating O'Brien to the puck. Maddie Wheeler in there as well for Wisconsin. Wisconsin in the Cardinal and white tonight. Penn State grays and blues. This one eludes the stick of Maya Vaslett out in front in the slot area. Julie Goff there as well for Penn State. Near side, two sides come together. Machado has the puck. She'll just float a backhander, nobody really there for the Nittany Lions, however. Puck deflected off the skate of Julie Goff, so this will be no icing. Wouldn't get the distance regardless. Good skating there by Butsy, lost her footing. Can't float it out of the zone. Woznovich pinned hard against the boards by Wallin. Nittany Lions and Kiara Zanin have it. Good pickoff right there by Kotlowski. Gives it to Wasnovich. She has a couple of ladies with her. Tries a nifty toe drag opportunity, but can't get past the Penn State defense in Mallory Uline. She has the puck now. Trying to get past Vivian Jungle. She does, but Kotlowski's still there for the Badgers. Wasnovich leaves it off for Kotlowski. The defender rips it into the offensive zone. Giving that one a chase, Claire Enright, left winger on the fourth line. Freshman from Farmington, Minnesota. Back, far point. Jungles, near side for Shayla Edwards. Off the stick of Mackay. Good play right there by the freshman for Penn State. Excuse me, the senior transfer. Wisconsinite herself is Mackay. Able to get a victory against her home team. Looking for number 2 tonight. Sims, point, rips it on goal. Bothan able to get that one cleanly. How about Josie Bothan's vision, even when there's been women in front of her, Andre? She's just been able to scoop that puck up easily, it feels like.
She's been good for Penn State. You look at right here, the effort from Sims. She immediately goes head in hands, maybe gesturing towards the official that her stick had been caught there on the release of that shot, looking for a penalty. That was a point-blank chance right in the slot. Grade A opportunities for the Badgers either side. You're right, Josie Bothan standing tall, and the rebound control on shots like that as well, super key.
Final 5 minutes of the first period on the horizon. Roberts breaks it out for Penn State. Turned over to Curl, captain for Wisconsin. This puck is wristed out towards center, knocked down by Sophie Shirley. Coffer, Curl, floating saucer pass, looking for Shirley. Can't get it to her as Korea's trying to battle out of the defensive zone. Nittany Lions eventually get there. Roberts and Lamontia come together. Penn State's defense is going to get the puck. Garcia tries to make a move. She's tripped down by Shayla Edwards, and Penn State will get their second crack on the woman up opportunity. So it's the third penalty we've seen in the first period, and just like last night, penalties have bred more penalties.
They certainly have, and Penn State, again, the aggressiveness with their defenders getting into the attacking end. That time it's Carly Garcia, able to draw the trip by pinching once more, but responsibly pinching in the opportunity. Penn State sat on the back foot. They absorbed that Wisconsin pressure. They took their opportunity, and now they get another power play chance.
Top unit on the ice for Penn State. Gangarosa will just get it behind goal. Far side for Zanin. Eden is in her kitchen. Gives it down low to Mackay. Back to Zanin. This one goes off the stick of Eden. Good play by her. She looks to get it back. It rolled into the blue paint. All 4 skaters for Wisconsin have their sticks now back in hand. Gangarosa, Zanin to Heminger. Got away from Heminger, who gives a hefty whack there to Bookbinder. Right out in front, opportunity for Mackay. Can't get it, though, on that near side. Heminger, shot opportunity, blocked away by Harvey. Good block by the freshman. Waleen going against Harvey. She has Heminger behind her as well. Gives it back. Mackay right out in front. Puck was sitting right in the blue paint after a shot opportunity went off the left pad. 1:10 to go in the penalty for Wisconsin. They're on their second PK of the night. Eden. Opportunity right here. Coming right out in front. Bothan able to get it with the right pad. Now Penn State has some time to cool down, get calm, collect the puck on their sticks. Waiting for the full line. Changes the second unit. Has spilled over the boards for Jeff Campersall's squad. Picked up win number 398 of his career, 2 away from 400. Machado pokes it in deep for Penn State. On the back end on the far side, 2 Badgers collapse on her. They get the puck successfully off for Comfort, just dumping it in deep with half a minute remaining on the Penn State power play. Lobdell, near side for Vazlet. Center on the third line gives it forward for Machado. This one just sizzled out to neutral ice. Penn State's going to have to collect itself one more time with 11 seconds remaining. Shayla Edwards on her feet, about ready to come out of the sin bin. And Penn State, in 3 ticks, will be 0 for 2 on the power play tonight. Correa makes Sims miss. She has some room. Gives it far side. Janicki rips one right into the stomach of Gervais, but she's able to hold on to it. 2:28 to go.
Chance 5-on-5 for Penn State. They'll get an offensive zone draw upcoming, but man, that Wisconsin penalty kill has just been oh so good. There's a chance their side of the cage, but it's from a tight angle. Wisconsin penalty killers have just done such a good job so far in this period and in this series, getting their sticks into those passing lanes. Yes, Penn State scored on the power play yesterday, but only 4 shots. And they haven't really generated too much with the extra skater tonight.
Gangarosa retreats for the puck in center ice. Sims with Roberts on her. Sims still with it. This one's right out in front. Rebound opportunity could not be corralled by Caroline Harvey. Penn State and Janicki. Far side, right in front of the Wisconsin bench. On the backhand, feed right out in front. Opportunity could not go for Roberts. Got into her feet, just could not have it stick on the forehand for her. Sims gives it off to Enright. Enright seeing some more extended time here in the opening period. Sims with a backhand opportunity, held on to it just for a second too long. She had Shirley waiting on the backside next to Bothan. Puck dumped in deep, delayed offsides with 1:40 to go. Shots adding up here in the opening period. 19 overall, 12 for Wisconsin. Butsy jumping up on the offense. 1 against 5 for the time being as Penn State was getting a change. Now fed for the extra skater and Leah Stecker. Maeve Connolly, right out in front, opportunity. Shot off the pad. Looked like it had an opportunity to squeeze by Gervais, but the redshirt freshman goalie from Quebec is able to melt it down.
How did that not go in? It was right there on the doorstep. She was squared off to the left side, but Maddie Christian right on the doorstep just couldn't quite jam it home. You see there, Gervais a little late to recognize where the puck is, but is able to smother it in due time. And credit to another freshman in Butsy, whose pinch made that chance possible. Went in 1-on-5, was able to gain the zone and keep it for her skaters to come on in time for a change. And here we see Penn State starting to slowly grow into the game 5-on-5.
What a chance right there from the Nittany Lions, but an even better stop from Gervais. Butsy, puck on her stick again. She dumps it in deep. Stecker lost her balance trying to pursue the puck. Staying in the offensive zone, here's Connolly with 1 minute remaining, looking to flail one right out in front. It was off Stecker's lower half. Now back near the point. Butsy with some skating room, rips it wide. Gervais doesn't have to make a save on that one. Here's an opportunity for Maddie Wheeler to break it out for the Badgers. Slings the puck in, Eden giving a chase against Butsy. O'Brien paws that puck down against the near boards. Heminger with 34 seconds remaining. She goes down in a heap. No penalty forthcoming. And right on her. Back to the point. Here's Jungles. Shot tipped right out in front by O'Brien, but now we're going to have a penalty coming up. This one's going to go against Penn State. So with 20 seconds remaining, the Nittany Lions will have to stave off a penalty for those final 20 seconds and maybe 1:40 more. Excuse me, this is going to be a Wisconsin penalty. They must have got that touch right before Penn State got possession of the puck. It's going to be a cross check.
It's a shove right in the side of Maeve Connolly, who was trying to defend right next to Josie Bothan, her goaltender. It's a hit up high. It's with the stick squared off towards the head. I mean, it's a textbook call. Sloppy play from the Badgers. You see Penn State start to generate some of this momentum. You get the puck down in the Penn State end late, and you commit a penalty like that. Give the momentum right back to the Nittany Lions.
Looks like some frustration might be settling in for the Badgers. Only 1 goal and about to be 4 periods of play against Penn State. Nittany Lions get possession of the puck with only 15 seconds left here in the first period on the power play for the 3rd time, but the Badgers able to break it out. Harvey trying to make it all happen by herself. Gangarosa does a nice job of sealing her off, though, from potentially ending any offense. Mackay with 2 seconds and 1, and that will bleed out the rest of the clock here in the opening period. So no score after 1, but 1:40 seconds of power play time will go into the second period. Andre, what is the message, though, for Mark Johnson, the head coach for Wisconsin in his 20th season, winning his head coach in women's hockey history? He can't be too thrilled with how his team is just racking up all these penalties.
I hate to sound redundant, but you're right. The message is the same as what we talked about in the pregame hit, and it's stay out of the box. 5-on-5. Wisconsin, throughout the 20 minutes, probably has to feel like they were slightly the better team in this game, and Penn State had to absorb a lot of pressure, but even though Penn State hasn't generated much on the power play, it's been enough where Wisconsin has to sit, has to defend, and can't generate more from that momentum they've had 5-on-5, and it's allowed Penn State to slowly come back into this game. So if you're the Badgers, you got to stay out of the box. You got to limit the sloppy play and try to continue to take the game to Penn State, because when you've done that, you've looked really good and you've looked like the more likely side to score.
We've seen some great back and forth action through the first 20 minutes, expecting to see it for the final 40. Still searching for the icebreaker, though. No score between number 3 Wisconsin and number 14 Penn State. We'll be back on Big Ten Plus for the middle frame. Back here for period number 2. They call it the period of the long change. No score between number 3 Wisconsin and number 14 Penn State. Nittany Lions trying to find a massive 2-game sweep over the Badgers. It would be probably the biggest feat in all of program history if they could do so. Glad you could join us on Big Ten Plus. Evan Palace and Andre Magaro with you this evening. Back and forth, great action in period number 1, Andre. What's Penn State's formula here? We talked about Wisconsin having to stay out of the box at the end of the first before we went to intermission. What about Penn State?
Yeah, I mean, for Penn State, you flip the script. Make them pay because, yes, you got a power play goal in game 1 that really gave you that breathing room you needed, but the power play hasn't been great. They only generated 4 shots yesterday. They have yet to get very many clean, quality opportunities today outside of the one effort from Butsy. So get set up in the zone, get that momentum, and try to generate a little bit here with your extra skater.
Here's Janicki with 1:30 left on the power play, 1:40 coming into this period. Quick shot right into the stomach there. That big white W on the chest of Jane Jervey. She was really good in period 1. A couple of fantastic saves right in the blue paint. Picks up right where she left off.
If you're just joining us, Tessa Janicki continues to do what she did last night in her collegiate debut. She's been the catalyst and the architect for everything Penn State's done offensively.
Badgers looking to clear the zone. They do. This one hops into the timekeeper's area in the penalty box. Have to get a fresh puck out there.
Somehow that water bottle stayed upright. I'm trying to figure that out right now. It hit the water bottle square, and it didn't topple over.
My goodness. He's going to fix and readjust some stuff down there in the box, but we'll get play back underway. Right in front of him, Butsy gives it off to Roberts, to Janicki. Her shot way over the top of the goal, but she whistled that one quickly. Now there's a woman on the backside, and Butsy has not enough time to get it to her, though. Straight away for Uline. There is Butsy down low at the ring. Straight away for Uline, whiffed on the shot. Here by her number counterpart in O'Brien to get it. Janicki cuts it off with 50 seconds remaining on the power play. Gives O'Brien a good shove. She tumbles down to the ice. Now retreating is Lacey Eden, the sophomore from Annapolis, Maryland. Ropes it in deep. Now Harvey comes to cut it off. Wisconsin doing a nice job of killing some of this power play time for the Nittany Lions. Janicki. She was in Gretzky's office, but on the wrong end of the ice. Has to get this one deep for Wallin. Good bounce pass off the boards. This one is snared out of the sky by Gervais. 21 seconds to go on the penalty for Wisconsin.
Be interested to see how Olivia Wallin gets on this season. You're going to get another look at the chance here from Janicki, but you talk about scoring depth for Penn State and people outside of Janicki you want to step up. Obviously, Kiara Zanin last night, but Olivia Wallin, somebody as a freshman, pretty dangerous goal scorer.
Here's more from Kiara Zanin. This one is in the back of the net. Kiara Zanin, her second goal of the young season, poking and poking away at the loose change right on the doorstep, and she finally squeezes it past the 5-hole of Gervais. It's 1-0 Nittany Lions.
Well, it was certainly a delayed reaction. That's because we heard whistles. Gervais was down in the butterfly, and you almost think those whistles were that the puck was covered, but it wasn't. It was loose. It was behind her, and you saw the men's team react behind the goalkeeper Gervais in the stands. They were the first ones to know the puck was in, and the rest of the crowd followed suit. Certainly an awkward goal, but Kiara Zanin in this Penn State power play will certainly take it.
Kiara Zanin with the goal. Olivia Wallin, the woman you were just touching on, just got her first point of the season. She got the primary assist, and Renee Gangarosa getting her second assist of this series. Right here, you see hacking and hacking away at it, and it finally bleeds through the 5-hole. Tough one to give up. That's the icebreaker we have. Nittany Lions up 1-0. Now outscoring the Badgers 5-1 in this series. Opportunity now for Wisconsin. Sims right out in front. Shot saved by Bothan. Keeps play alive. Pokes it out. Coming the opposite way, Maddie Christian, fourth line left winger. Trying to buy some time. Waiting for some fresh legs to get over the boards. Back to Garcia. See how Wisconsin responds. They did a good job of that last night, getting 3 chances on the power play. Now Machado. Her shot sticked aside by Jungles. Sims gets to no man's land. Now off to Wheeler. Has a woman trailing her. Now Bothan tries to cut off the near post. Tough angled shot. She gets it, had a little bit of contact there from a Badger skater.
Machado and Butsy were the instigators down low as Sims skated right into the wheelhouse of Boston, who was trying to keep the clamp down on that puck. Credit to the officiating crew, too, because even going back to the Zanin goal, they let that play out. There were a lot of early whistles in situations like that last night, particularly late on when Wisconsin was trying to chase the game, but they're making sure these goalkeepers keep the paddle down, and Josie Boston kept the paddle down with a couple impressive stops in that last sequence.
One-time opportunity from Lamantia. Sticked in front by O'Brien, but the puck goes wide. Now O'Brien looking to feed out in front for Eden. Good stick right there by Heminger. Wisconsin still plucking away at the puck. Eden has it glide off of her stick. Now it's gloved down by Machado and an opportunity from Lamantia. Goff trying to get past Lamantia. Still riding down. Looks for an opportunity. Now she's going to run into Gervais. Looked like incidental contact. Maybe some neon helmet right there. Everyone's going to come away unscathed, it looks like, thankfully. 17-13. We're not even 3 minutes deep here in the second, and we're getting some quality action.
It's been end-to-end action, and Julie Goff, no ill intent there, but look, when you're Gervais and you can't smother that puck in close, that's the kind of reaction it's going to trigger from Penn State. They're going to skate hard to the net. They're going to try to crash the net and pounce on those rebounds, and physicality and the intensity certainly turning up a notch.
Two players aside come together. It's the captain, Curl, was waiting as an outlet for Wisconsin. Gets it. Sophie Shirley trying to chase it down against Gangarosa. U-line near corner to Roberts. Hounded heavily by Curl. It's going to give the opportunity for Comfort to get possession of the puck. She'll glide it back to the point for Harvey. That was a puck that just shot off the stick of Bookbinder. Everybody's have to go back, but Penn State actually ices the puck right here. So it'll go all the way back down to the Wisconsin offensive end. And they'll have some fresh skaters get on the ice trying to get back even in this one.
Evan, I'm going to highlight something else from this Penn State team, discipline. They scored 3 goals other than the empty netter from Goff last night. They took a penalty within 40 seconds of each of those 3 goals. And Wisconsin's come back, pushed really hard, but they've stayed disciplined and they've trusted their netminder.
Here comes a wicked wrister off the stick of Sims. About 2 or 3 feet over that crossbar. Woznovich near the far side for Bookbinder, looking to get it down low for Edwards. That's Layla. Ends up going to Sims, who's down on one knee. Now getting a rough ride from Janicki. Point for Harvey, just floats in. A weak backhand opportunity. As Penn State finally secures the puck possession. Gangarosa fumbles that opportunity, though. Wisconsin looks to get it right back in deep with the cycle game. Getting some fresh bodies on the ice. Roberts has some time and space. She'll look to get a pass up to Janicki right at the red line. She does. She'll gain the red. Now looks for the attacking blue. She gets that on the far side. Blockered away, by Gervais. Harvey, blazing speed from the freshman. Floats this one in deep. Lobdell gives it off to Wallin. She's got the primary assist on the Kiara Zanin goal. Speeding in now is Correa right out in front. Opportunity doing the splits. Gervais got her right leg caught up in some Penn State offensive traffic, but is able to smack the mitt right on top of the puck and ice it down in the blue paint.
Both goaltenders have been outstanding in this second period. It was Zanin buying her time for a second. She used her skate to settle the puck down and just wasn't able to pounce on the doorstep. Reinforcements arrive in the nick of time, but another puck battle down in low for Penn State that made all the difference on that Zanin goal.
That Zanin line is on the ice for the time being for the Nittany Lions. Broke out, though, for Eden. 1 against Lobdell. Shot going on the near side, but going back to the glass right in front of the Penn State student section here at Pagula Ice Arena. 5 minutes deep here in period 2. Still 1-0 Nittany Lions. Wisconsin's had some good time in the O-zone, however. Wheeler looking to fish that backhand. Behind goal line extended. Lobdell tall to the task. She'll have to go one more time against Eden. This one squirts right out in front. O'Brien whacking away as well as Wheeler. Nobody can get a clean opportunity on Botham. Kotlowski keeping it in. O'Brien finally shoves it in deep to the near corner. Wheeler speeding in to take time and space away from Garcia. Gives it off to her partner in Lobdell. Near side wing for Wallin. into neutral zone, gains the red line, and risks it in deep. Stopped by Gervais with 14 minutes to go about here in the second. Heminger, nice move there. Off to Machado. Her shot just off the left stick of Gervais. Baslett in the near corner. Pinned up against the boards by Jungles. Goff and Lamontia exchanging some pleasantries. Near corner for Curl against Butsy. Butsy will retreat. Machado keeps it into the blue, and linesman says otherwise, as that'll be played offside with 13:46 to go.
It's a very similar story to last night, Evan. Here comes Penn State. Latter stages, middle stages of the second period, they have totally taken the game to the Badgers. Really good chances either side there.
And I pose this to you, is that more of a talent perspective for Penn State kind of matching Wisconsin, or is it maybe just the legs are there and the conditioning maybe from summer workouts?
Well, both of these teams have a lot of talent. You look up and down the rosters, but for Penn State, it was always going to be a challenge coming into this series with 7 newcomers to match a team that's historically as good and consistent as Wisconsin. But they look like a team that's been playing together since they were 5 years old. You see the chemistry already. That's what's built in the offseason. That's what's built coming into the season, and it's really helped Penn State, allow them to control this series.
The resume speaks for itself for Wisconsin head coach Mark Johnson. 565 career wins. He's led the Badgers to 5 national championships. Latest one coming in the COVID year. Bunch of bodies just pinned up right in front of the Penn State bench. And the officials have had enough of that. They'll blow this one dead, and they'll have a drop in neutral ice. Just got the announcement here at Pagula Ice Arena. Penn State women's field hockey getting a 4-0 victory against Michigan State within the Big Ten. O'Brien won that draw for Wisconsin. Could not get in the O-zone. Now she quickly gets it right back. Has an opportunity on her back end. Racing in. Fed it through the blue paint. Wheeler could not get there with her stick. Harvey pinching in deep. Now Wheeler for O'Brien. Puck basically juggling itself along the ice. Harvey straight away gives it to Bookbinder. She'll try and find some space for that puck to camp out in the corner. O'Brien feeds it behind her left shoulder for Eden. Harvey back to O'Brien. The alternate captain looking for some space. Far side pass off of Bothan, skating in. Casey O'Brien, tough angle shot, was looking for the backside pass, and it eventually goes off of the netminder herself to even things up at 1 apiece here, almost at the midway mark.
Well, if you were looking for somebody to find that spark for Wisconsin, it was Casey O'Brien and this top unit of forwards. They did it shorthanded last night. Eden and O'Brien have been the 2 best skaters going forward for Wisconsin tonight. And O'Brien, you mentioned, Evan, a little bit of fortune with the angle, but that's what happens when you put pressure on a goalie. Wisconsin has put a lot of pressure on Bothan since going down a goal, and now they've gotten that goal back.
Harvey and Eden, they'll be attributed the assists on that play, so we're back right where we started. Tied up. Penn State looking to respond and get the lead right back. Garcia. Curl on her. Near corner for Zannon. She's the lone goal scorer for Penn State. This one is quickly shot out in front. Gloved down, though, by Gervais.
Zannon behind the goal, just so sneaky with her positioning, her ability to get inside and win those puck battles. It's created so many opportunities for Penn State in this series. It gave them their 1 goal, and then here it is again. Not the most physically imposing figure, but just gets that inside position and is able to be gritty and challenge the goaltender.
What do they call it? Gritty, not pretty all the time. That's what might it take for this game tonight. Wisconsin looking to battle back, leave Hockey Valley with the series split. Lobdell risks it behind her own goal. Wallene can't get the puck on her stick. Sophie Shirley in pursuit for the Badgers, but it's Mackay for Penn State. Top line on the ice still. Mackay able to get past Shayla Edwards, waiting for some reinforcements. Connolly, feeds it to Heminger. Good play right there by Gervais, steering it to the corner. This one goes off the stick of Connolly. Good retreat, though, by her defender in Heminger, getting it right back in deep. Fed off the glass nicely. This one's going to be offsides against Sims. Delayed offsides. Butsy plays it. Still have some Wisconsin players in the area. She had more time than I think she realized. Harvey to Bookbinder. She'll wheel it in deep. Layla Edwards looking to get that backhand opportunity against Butsy. Woznovich handling the puck herself. Finally has some help coming up from Bookbinder, pinching in smoothly. Butsy, backhand feed, up the glass for Carrie Burns. Nobody can really gain some true possession of the bouncing biscuit. Heminger, back to the point. Harvey does a nice job to keep it in play. Here's Sims. She goes down to one knee. Far side opportunity now fed back in. Maddie Wheeler's down there for the time being. Bookbinder lets one fly. This one trying to be shut out by Penn State. Goes off Maeve Connolly right in the slot area. Now Maddie Christian. She can't get it out. O'Brien. Down low to Eden. Top line on the ice. Puck squirts right out in front. Bothan didn't know it. And all of a sudden, she looked at her peripheral and saw the black rubber laying there, and she got on top of it. 1 second to go before we hit the 10-minute mark here and the halfway point.
Evan, who is it again? It's the top unit of forwards for the Badgers. Lacey Eden, very clever play to catch Bothan out. Plays it off the skate of Connolly, and it drifts right into the blue paint. You're right, Bothan's late to figure it out, but is able to put the clamp down. But very clever play from Eden to try to create an opportunity for a teammate.
Penn State prevails on the face-off to Bothan's right. Wisconsin gets the puck back, though, in neutral ice. Goff forced up against the boards by Comfer. Penn State escapes the defensive zone, and it was touched by the captain, Curl. Down under 10 minutes, so we'll have our second media timeout of the night. 9:40 to go. Wisconsin answers 1-1 on the score sheet. We'll be right back on Big Ten Plus. Just past the halfway mark here in the final game of this two-game set between Wisconsin and Penn State. See the student section trying to get the Nittany Lions hype on the ice, trying to get back in front for the second time tonight. Kiara Zan with the opening tally of this game, but fighting right back. Casey O'Brien on a shot that went off of the left skate of Josie Bothan, the goalkeeper for Penn State. Back underway now. Here's Curl with an opportunity. Stick to the far corner. Shirley's able to get there first. Edwards, shot, goes off a couple of bodies and sticks right out in front. Down on her backside is Bothan. Nobody's able to put that one home for the Badgers, though. Sigh of relief for the time being for Penn State, but they're not clear yet. Shirley in Gretzky's office, fed right out in front. Good stick by Janicki. She's had a great series between these two. Curl, tough angled shot off the right shoulder of Bothan. Another nice save. Comfer, near corner. Twirling around with the puck on her stick. Back to Lamonti at the near point. Feeds it past Roberts, down deep for Eden. Eden chasing that puck down, far corner. Looks to get away from some bodies. Edwards, though, that puck retreated to. Eden showing off the fantastic skill she has, looking to feed it out in front. She had Lamontia chasing down towards the crease. Wheeler back to Harvey, straight away in the Big Ten logo. Gets away from her for a second. Uline, the defender for Penn State, gets it out to center ice. Now Penn State can get that true breath in. But the Badgers are right back. Floated down by Penn State and Korea. Eden, right back. Rubber hits the road. Gangarosa trying to force the puck off of her stick. Past Garcia, right out in front. But Garcia keeps that puck behind the goal for the time being. Maddie Wheeler, nifty handwork with the puck on her stick. O'Brien Back to Harvey, near side. Shot deflected off of Waleen's lumber. Gangarosa cuts the puck off, floats it to center. Now Penn State is finding his chop it in deep. Korea's the one to do that. She'll get off for a change. Second line off for the Nittany Lions. Top line on for Jeff Campersall as he notices that he needs some good defensive quality play, maybe to turn into some offense here. 7:43 remaining in the middle frame. Sims for Wisconsin. Going against Zan in the goal scorer for Penn State. Poked away nicely by Lobdell. Floated in the neutral ice by Waleen. And this one goes off the glass, but not the stanchion. Stays in play. Layla Edwards, near side. Cut off nicely by Vazlet. She couldn't keep it inside the attacking blue as Ellery Mackay was not back on side yet. But how about that little momentum booster potentially for Wisconsin?
I'll tell you what, Wisconsin's hit their second gear, especially coming out of that media timeout. Was tough to tell on that one shot that bounced out in front of Boston, but it looked like it actually beat her. It hit the post and came back out. Nervy moments for Penn State, but Wisconsin certainly cycling the puck well through all their forward units.
Machado, near ring, goes through the circles and the goal crease a little bit itself. Curl, touch pass, looking for Comfer. Front of the gray and blue bench tonight. Center ice for Heminger. Was looking for Machado. Floated it onto the tape of Shirley. Gives it off for Comfer. Her shot fought down at the chest by Bothan. Penn State has some defenders come out. Shot scores! Who other than the captain? Britta Curl gets her first points of the young season, and it's a big one. The go-ahead goal, Badgers up 2-1.
It was coming. What a shift for Wisconsin. Comper, the initial chance. Penn State has 3-4 bodies there. Too many. Puck watching. You've got Butsy, you've got Vazlet, who weren't able to step up. Heminger tries to become the veteran leader there and get it clear, but she whiffs on her attempted clearance, and nobody else is going to take the puck. Then Britta Curl is going to take charge, and just too many bodies in front of Boston, not doing enough on the play. Wisconsin takes full advantage of the stagnant nature from Penn State.
Curl gets the goal. Comfer and Sophie Shirley on the assist. Penn State, they need an answer. Janicki trying to dangle around a couple of women in Cardinal and white. Had to go out to center. Now she still has it, trying to force feed it out in front. She has Maddie Christian with her. A little bit of different line combo for the time being. Christian tried to finesse her way by another Badger. Didn't work for her, but Korea has it. Korea right out in front, off the skate of Lamontia. She shakes out that right foot. Stay on the ice, however. Gangarosa chasing down this puck. It's going to roll all the way down for icing. Head coach Jeff Campersall for Penn State talked about the heart and soul. That stood out the most for him last night. You see this opportunity for Penn State a couple seconds ago. They're going to have to dig deep and find some of that heart and soul. This is a tough team to come back against the Badgers.
He also talked multiple times about not backing down from adversity. He mentioned Wisconsin going 1-0 up early on in that game yesterday, and he gave his team a lot of credit for not backing down. So far, the response to going down today has been really good, although it's only been a couple shifts.
Mackay back and forth she goes in the far corner. Leaves it for Zanin. Around Shayla Edwards, losing her bounce a little bit, has an opportunity to play it down low for Waleen. Garcia kind of got herself into some trouble against the half boards. Mackay keeps that puck alive. Finally swallowed up by the Badgers defense. O'Brien racing down. The top line's back on for Wisconsin. They've been oh so good here in period number 2. Eden looking for a backhand dish out in front. Shielded nicely by Lobdell. Zanin, middle of the ice for Waleen. Penn State looking for a line change. They'll get it. Top line comes off. Julie Goff and her line comes over the boards. Goff can't get that puck on her stick. Woznovich, a couple of third liners for both sides on the ice right now. Heminger chasing down Sims. Leaves it off for Harvey. Penn State has the numbers advantage. Can they get the puck? Heavy physical contact being made between both sides. Arms are going to stay down from the officials for the time being. This one was a quick wrister right out in front. Layla Edwards just had that puck miss the tape of her stick. Harvey, high dish off the boards. Uline ends it with her stick. Gangarosa. Time and space looking for Vazlet. This one's tipped. Roll all the way down. No icing on this play. Harvey with Machado up in her grill. Gives it off for Bookbinder. Far side. Off the stick of Janicki. She just couldn't get enough of that one. Latest goal scorer in curl. Coming up, she has Comfer with her. Hard wrist shot. Goes off the right pad of Bothan. Janicki deep. She's tangled up with Comfer. Sophie Shirley. Right out in front shot. Whistles wide on the near side. That shot came from Comfer. She's had a couple of great opportunities in this game. Just had an assist on the latest goal, but has not found twine. Eden, near point for Jungle. She'll wind up and fire. Blocked down there, though, by Gangarosa. High lobber off the glass. Nittany Lions looking for another change in the back end. They get it. Couple of forward spill over the boards as well. Fourth line, Maeve Connolly over. Wheeler, O'Brien, that tandem. Can't get the puck in cleanly. Maddie Christian cleans up that mess. Now turned over by Garcia to Wheeler. O'Brien, backhand feed, shot, saved by Bothan, wraparound, they score! Wisconsin completely taking over here in the second half of this game. She's been hustling all series long and finally is rewarded. It's Lacey Eden, the sophomore.
I said earlier Wisconsin found a second gear. They might have found a third or fourth gear now. I mean, they just keep on coming. Wow, what a shift from Lacey Eden. Persistence. Bothan made an incredible stop on the cross-ice pass, but just couldn't quite control the rebound, was left out to dry in the wraparound attempt to finish it off. Wisconsin showing their class after going a goal down tonight.
Top line's going to be rewarded. Goal for Eden, assist from O'Brien and Wheeler. They put in the work. They've gotten the job done. Penn State looking to answer right back. That puck could not settle down for Zanin. Mackay plays it down low. Walleen tried to feed it between the legs of Shayla Edwards. Had Zanin sitting right on the doorstep. Nobody on her. Couldn't feed it through, though. Now Wisconsin with an opportunity. Racing down to Wasnovich. Her backhand shot floats wide. Bothan took away as much space as she could. Couple of offensive chances coming both ways right after that last tally for the Badgers. They have some breathing room. They're up a pair. Walleen sticks this one to the blue line. Harvey keeps it in. Now deemed to be offsides. Zanin at the red. She gains it and just pokes it in deep. Bookbinder plays it for Harvey. Comfer just gets enough of the twig on that to get it through center ice. Comfer right back with it. Point for Bookbinder. Harvey has a little bit of time and space, looking down at deep. It was Curl. Just could not have that puck settle down for her enough. Bookbinder chops it back in deep. Comfer first one to it in the near corner. Gangarosa draped all over her. Looks to feed it down low. Vazlet gets it over, though. Less than 2 minutes to go here in the period of the long change. All the goals have come in this second period. The first one for Penn State. 3 unanswered now for the visiting Wisconsin squad. Harvey lays it in. Garcia to it first. Janicki to Correa. Now here come the Nittany Lions again. Rumbling down. That far side is Christian. She's getting some extended ice time here in period 2. Wheeler with O'Brien in the middle of the ice. She's looking for O'Brien. Has it, but Lobdell was just absolutely on top of her. Blocked away by Lobdell, trying to chase it down. Correa was going to snag the puck. Lobdell says, don't worry, I got you. Less than a minute to go here in the second. We're going to see any late heroics offensively before we head to the locker room for the second time tonight. O'Brien below the circle has Layla Edwards. Eyes are off. Now looking back for Edwards. Just some miscommunication on the skating techniques there. Shoved down to the ice. No penalty forthcoming. Pinned up against the boards. Lobdell prevails for the time being. Christian there as well. Now Lamontia. Wrister kicked away by Garcia. Up to Janicki. Gets it in. Penn State changing all 5 skaters. 15 seconds to go before we hit intermission. Sent in deep. Bothan there first. Plays it right there for Sims, though. She tries to feed it off the backside of Bothan. That would have been the toughest of tough angles. Floated out, 3 seconds and counting down, and that is how time expires in period 2. Back and forth they went there. 4 goals overall, 3-1 Wisconsin. And it seems like the Badgers are in a prime spot, I should say, to have that opportunity to potentially get the split.
This intermission could not come at a better time for Penn State. They were lethargic, they were slower, they were more tired than Wisconsin towards the back half of that second period. I was almost going to suggest that Jeff Campersall take a timeout at the 2-minute mark because they were just so much more slow, more tired than this Wisconsin team. But now the intermissions come. You've weathered the storm. You're down by 2 goals. Now if you're Penn State, you just got to take it one shift at a time. Don't look up at that scoreboard. Get over eager. There's still 20 minutes left to play, but you need to regroup in the locker room before this final frame.
One of the toughest feats is coming from behind against this Badger squad. Over the last 6 seasons, when Wisconsin has taken a lead into the second intermission, 130-0-2, the Badgers' record. It's a tall task for Penn State. They'll need at least 2 in the next 20 minutes to extend this game. They'll need 3 to potentially get a win in regulation. But we'll head to the second intermission. 3-1 Wisconsin over Penn State here on Big Ten Plus. 40 minutes down, the most important 20 right in front of our eyes about to come. It's 3-1 in favor of Wisconsin, number 3 ranked team in the entire nation, in front of number 14 ranked Penn State. Nittany Lions got the win last night 4-1 convincingly over the Badgers. But now Penn State's going to need a big answer, down 2 coming into the final frame.
They certainly will, and they're looking to mimic some of that athletic success that we've seen across the campus. Of course, numerous teams on hand here tonight, and they had that success last night, Evan, but they were playing from in front. Now they must play from behind, and it is quite the task ahead of this Penn State team. Wisconsin, as a side, they're unbeaten in their last 132 games. You said it before the break. When they lead after 2 periods, they won 130 of those. Penn State doesn't have 130 wins yet as a program, and they're a newer program. You don't expect that of them, of course, but it just puts into the sphere and puts it on a scale just how big this task is ahead of Penn State. You got to take it one shift at a time and try to eat into this deficit and take down an extremely disciplined Wisconsin team that hasn't played like it at times in this series, so has all the talent in the world.
First shift starts with Sophie Shirley coming down an opportunity to shoot. She scores! First shift on the ice here to start the third. Sophie Shirley wrong foots Bothan and plants it in the upper corner. 4-1 Wisconsin, you'll see it there.
Snipe, and way too easy for Sophie Shirley. She gets all the ground she wants into the slot and just blows it past Bothan. Nothing she could do there, and the mountain within 30 seconds has gotten that much steeper, Evan.
That was a fantastic, clean breakout, too, by the Badgers. Going behind the goal, set up by Gervais. 2 passes. Shirley has it on her tape, and she's planting it in the twine. Task just got a little bit taller for Penn State. They're going to need a trio of goals, at least, to keep this one going later tonight. Butsy brings this one in offside, so we're only just 38 seconds deep here. Wisconsin's already on the score sheet in period number 3.
And what we were talking about during that intermission report's come to fruition again. It's unbelievable how quickly Wisconsin has totally flipped the script in this game. It feels like all they needed was 1 goal to get that wind in their sails, and they have just kept on coming and kept on attacking this Penn State team that hasn't had the answers for them.
That first line for Wisconsin has really been the workhorse factor tonight. They're on the ice now. Lacey Eden with it. Couldn't play it back to Bookbinder. She goes for O'Brien. Butsy cuts her off. Butsy's going to get hooked right here. There's going to be a penalty upcoming on Wisconsin, so if you need an opportunity to get back in it, getting on the woman advantage might help your case. Bothan gets to the bench. Extra skater on. It's Janicki. Gets over the attacking blue, feeds it down low, but it's cut off there by Bookbinder. Stoppage of play with 18:47. Penn State, they're 1 for 3 on the power play tonight. They get their 4th chance now.
And they need to find some way to get some kind of sustained pressure on this power play. It hasn't been like that all series for Penn State. The penalty kill's been really good, and that power play has still struggled to get going, and it's something that Jeff Campersall wanted to improve upon. You have one of your best killers off the ice as well if you're the Badgers and O'Brien.
Penn State wins the faceoff where Casey O'Brien normally would be for the Badgers. Badgers able to knock this one out of their own defensive end. Lindy Lobdell giving it to Chase. Gompher on her heels. She'll leave it gracefully for Garcia. Scoops it up. Puck eludes the stick of Goff. She has an opportunity to still chase it down past Shayla Edwards. Nice hustle right there from Goff. Played back to the point for Lobdell from Vazlet. Near side, Garcia. Time and space. Strings it down low. Lamontia gets there. And Curl takes care of it herself as that puck goes down the ice. Bothan plays it, 1:20 to go here on the Penn State power play. It's the second unit on the ice right now for Penn State. Janicki out there, however, with Correa. Also with Roberts, Butsy, and Uline. Uline gets a shot. That one's blocked out in front by Harvey, and then another opportunity goes wide for the Nittany Lions. 55 seconds now on the kill for the Badgers. Butsy, far side to Uline straight away. Wrists one in deep. Bookbinder plays it to the far corner. Now Butsy to Roberts. Sticked away nicely. Back to the boards. Gervais has been tall to the task tonight when she's needed to be. 16 saves on 17 shots. Janicki, top of the near circle. Uline. Opportunity there for the Nittany Lions in Butsy. Puts it over the top of the cage. U-line again. Roberts, Janicki, both of them come together for a second. Correa with 12 seconds left on the power play. Butsy gives it right back to Correa. Her shot opportunity sticked away again by Jervy. She actually was able to just stick it right into her catching mitt. So 4 seconds left for the Nittany Lion power play. 16:51 in the period.
Couple of looks side of the goal there. Just a deflection from the circle. Gervais did well to stick with it. It's played really well tonight. Wisconsin, a good goaltending tandem for the Badgers, but Gervais certainly done her part tonight.
Wallin almost had an opportunity as time is expiring here on the woman advantage. Just could not have that puck settle for her on basically a fresh sheet of ice. Back even now. Penn State 1 for 4 overall on the night now on the power play. Wisconsin's only had one chance. This one shot all the way down the ice. Nittany Lions ice. Give credit to Wisconsin, though. They've battled back in this game. We talked about it earlier. Maybe some frustration was settling in, only getting 1 goal over the first 4 periods against Penn State. All of a sudden, it's been raining goals over the last period and 4 minutes.
I think with Penn State, too, just over the duration of the series, their lines don't go as deep as Wisconsin in terms of talent pool, and Jeff Campersaul's tried to ask for some longer shifts from that first and secondary unit for Penn State. I think fatigue has got to play a factor in the legs of Penn State. It's why they've been a little slower to some of these puck battles and allowed Wisconsin to really see some of that momentum.
Gangarosa, far shot. Glove down there by Gervais. She wants to keep play going. She left it for Jungles. Turned over again, top line on the ice. Mackay and Zanin there. This one is shot off the left shoulder. A little bit of a juggling effect for Gervais, but she comes down with it.
Mackay was looking for the deke right there. Had Zanin peeling off towards the other side of the goal crease, but elected to try to shoot it towards the near post instead. And an effort there to try to play it across. Instead shoots it herself, but Gervais doesn't leak at the near post. Very smart stop from the Wisconsin goaltender.
She's been stout ever since giving up that goal to Zanin. Sophie Shirley, the latest goal scorer. It's a curl. Far side has Garcia on her. Shielded away by Bothan. Baslett had it on her tape. Now to Garcia. She'll wheel it behind her own goal in the backhand. Can't get by Comfort. Now she does. Lobdell. Time and space taken away by Sophie Shirley. Lobdell magically has it go right back onto her stick. Gains the red, slaps it off the glass in deep. Gervais is going to be aggressive playing it. Machado first one there against Lamontia. Leaving it off for Mason Toft. Toft. Puck on her stick. Nice touch pass there from Wheeler. Giving it to Comfort. Now Eden. She has a goal in tonight's contest. Looking to do a little dipsy-do around Butsy. The freshman defender plays that nice. Maddie Christian can't corral that puck. Harvey up to Eden. Ahead for O'Brien. An opportunity here on a potential break. Penalty upcoming, but a good stop by Bothan to keep this one from getting to 5-1. It's going to be a hold against Penn State. So we'll see a body trot to the box. It's going to be Izzy Heminger to serve. One of the better penalty killers, but Bothan makes a nice save to keep the deficit where it's at 3.
Yeah, but we got another look at it there. That was penalty shot territory, I thought. Just the way that O'Brien came in there straight one-on-one on Bothan and had Heminger beat. She was lacking behind, but they just wind up giving Wisconsin the power play.
Definitely close right there. Referee deemed they were even for the most part. She got that shot opportunity away, too. That always plays a huge factor. So Wisconsin back on the power play. Second time tonight. Penn State clears the zone. Lamontia is going to give chase. She'll get some assistance, though, from her goalkeeper. 20 seconds has dwindled off of this power play so far. Sophie Shirley off to Bookbinder. Good pursuit, though, from Correa. As the Nittany Lions eventually come up with it, shoot it out to center. Lamontia back skating into her own end, waiting for some potential stretch passes to open up. Finds Wheeler, off to O'Brien. Squeeze to the boards as O'Brien as Gangarosa gets possession. Sends it deep. Good start to the kill, 50 seconds deep into it. Smooth skating gracefully on the near side by Harvey. Feeds it behind the goal far for Eden. Harvey gets back to straightaway, but playing it down low is Kopfer. O'Brien. Over to Harvey. Has a little bit of space. Quickly taken away by Garcia, coming out pretty far to cover her. Harvey once again. She'll take a shot. Good pad save there from Bothan. Less than 40 seconds to go on the power play. Penn State needs this kill the most. Maybe get some momentum going. Right out in front for Compher. Sticked away by Bothan. O'Brien. Garcia draped on her. Back to Compher. Cycle game forthcoming for Wisconsin. Harvey blocked down by the stick of Zanin. Saw Janicki do a lot of that last night for the Nittany Lions. Now out front for O'Brien. Getting down with the stick was Garcia. Floating one-timer from Harvey. Sails wide of the goal. 3 seconds and 1. Here comes a shot opportunity. Bothan never saw it. She scores! Lacey Eden, for the second time tonight, lights the lamp. And Wisconsin getting a stranglehold on this contest as we're at 5-1.
What a shot from Eden to get that much torque on the shot, that much elevation on the puck when you're down towards the knee, all the way back towards the back of the circle. She has been spectacular in this series. A deserved second goal and a change in goal now for the Nittany Lions.
Eden gets her second of the night. It's going to be Katie Dessa to come in for Penn State. Here comes Layla Edwards, 1 against 3. Has time, waiting for her Army to get into the offensive zone. They're all there. Passes it off to her sister in Shayla. Back to Layla. Shoot, she scores! Bar down. How about some sister love? Back and forth, tic-tac-toe style.
Baptism of fire for Katie Dessa. There's not much she can do here. So much traffic in front of her. Brilliant screen. And then a bar down snipe. Beautiful shot to finish it off. And the Badgers have totally ran away with this contest here in the third period.
Wozniewicz and Picard. A little bit of a duo threat in front of Dessa. So 6-1 now. Maybe relinquishing some of those demons from last night for the Badgers, because it looks like they're going to get even with Penn State before they make their way back to Madison. 12 minutes to go. This is Grace Shirley now, fourth line on the ice for Wisconsin. Janicki trying to dance through some traffic. Not going to work out for her. Gives a hefty shove. She's going to go to the penalty box. Janicki, for the third time in this two-game set, will sit for 2 minutes.
And like Tessa Janicki plays with a bit of an edge. There's a lot of offensive tenacity, but now you got to think frustration molding for this Penn State team. But the last thing you want to do with how today has gone is go to the penalty kill. It's not looking pretty here for Penn State. Wisconsin, you mentioned they're a team that doesn't rest on their laurels. They're looking to take the sting out of last night and potentially add a few more here.
Second unit on the ice. Shirley to Lamontia straight away. Far side for Bookbinder, looking for the tap right in the slot area. One away from the stick of Sims. Bookbinder has Lamontia waiting for the puck. She receives it. We'll give it right back to Bookbinder. Puck was dribbling a little bit. Now Maddie Wheeler, tough angle shot, knocked away by Lobdell. Tracked by Sims. Skating all over the offensive zone to Bookbinder. Lamontia rips a one-timer. Got blocked down in some traffic out in front. Lamontia, one more try, saved by Dessa. Another opportunity coming for the Badgers. Trying to stay on that near side. Lamontia could not get it off the backside of Dessa. Shirley will wheel it right back up for the Badgers. 2 against 2. Coming in, shot opportunity. They score! Kirsten Sims beats Dessa. And now the Badgers, they are just laying it on. They've got a touchdown, 7-1.
You can tell Penn State's out of gas. Dessa, it's a tough shot to stop towards the slot. but they need some way to stop the bleeding. Penn State's going to take a timeout, try to regroup here.
So timeout taken by Jeff Campersall. Picked up win number 398 last night, knocking on the door of the 4-century mark.
Don't think he's getting closer to that tonight, though.
Does not look like it. But the Badgers have really taken over. Let's see what's coming up on the docket for Penn State. Doesn't get much easier. They're heading to Canton, New York, with the host team of St. Lawrence for Penn State. But they're going to take on Minnesota Duluth, the number 5 team, first on September 30th. Then a couple against Colgate, number 6 in the country, and then up in Boston College. So 4 of the next 5, actually 5 of the next 6 for Penn State, because they're going to play Boston College a couple of times against ranked opponents. Here's what's up on tap for the Badgers. 2 against Lindenwood, a pair against St. Thomas, all in Madison before they head to St. Cloud State.
I think important for Penn State, though, keep this all in perspective. You're really challenging yourself in the non-conference, 2 contrasting styles, if you will, because you see Wisconsin gets a lot more get-right games before they head into a brutal conference stretch in the WCHA. So if you're Penn State, you're still a young team. You're a core that hasn't played together a lot, but you have an opportunity here to really see what you're made of early on in the non-conference and take it one game at a time. They talked a lot after last night's win, Josie Bothan and Chessa Janicki, about not riding the highs too high or riding the lows too low. So, you know, regardless of what the final score line shows in this next 10-plus minutes here in this third period, it's about taking things into perspective, seeing how far the program has grown over the past couple years and taking that with you throughout the rest of the way, because you're going to have to get up and you're going to have to face tough opposition week in, week out in this schedule.
Wozniewicz off to Comfort. Her shot squeezes in. Past Disa. Nothing going Penn State's way. We're at 8.
And Disa's out of the game. Tough, really tough first goal for her. Those second 2, she probably wants to have back. And it's been a nightmarish debut, but Wisconsin is getting the slot way too easy, and Disa just not her finest hour. We're going to see Annie Spring now as Wisconsin just continues to pile it on.
Goalie carousel continues. From Winnetka, Illinois, Annie Spring, the sophomore, comes in next. Badgers red hot offensively. Nittany Lions just trying to limp to the finish line of this one, just past the halfway mark. Confer gets the goal, assisted by Wozniewicz. Getting it in deep. Spring's not going to take any chances. She looked like she was going to ice it down, but finally plays it. Butsy. Mackay. Now Zanin tries to kick it forward. It's deemed to be onside. Toft to Bookbinder. Off the stick of Britta Curl, the captain. Wallin gets that puck up on the blade and wrists it in deep for Janicki. Kicks it back to her forehand. The puck just scooted off the end of her blade. Correa and Janicki in there for the Nittany Lions. Janicki prevails. Looking to come right out in front off the mask of Gervais. Eden pinned the puck up against the boards. Waited for Penn State basically to relinquish their pressure. Then tried to move it out. But Toft can't keep it on her stick. Opportunity now for the Nittany Lions. Shot out in front. Goes off a couple of bodies. Roberts not able to get her stick on it. Now back to the point for Garcia. Was looking for the return pass from Janicki. It goes awry. Curl gains red. Eden gains blue. Eden leaves it for O'Brien. Near side. Touch pass from Wheeler over to Eden to the far. Roberts does a nice job of getting that puck off her stick. Launched in deep. Maddie Christian. She'll take a tough angled shot on a slapper. Shayla Edwards guiding her off the puck. Christian with it again. Badgers and O'Brien get out to center. Now Carrie Burns. 4th line on the ice for Penn State. Smacked over to the far side. Wheeler misplays that one. She was looking for O'Brien. Good backup from Lamontia to gather that puck into center ice. Wheeler whiffed on the lofting dump in. Gangarosa feeds it past Harvey. No icing forthcoming. Harvey's going to have to play it. She gets it around Goff. Vazlet chipping in nicely for Penn State. Machado, far corner. Goff on the backhand, looking for some reassurance. As Gangarosa had gone to the bench, now Izzy Heminger spills over the boards for Penn State. 7 minutes to go. Badgers on the way. Here's Grace Shirley. A little bit too late on getting it over the attacking blue, as Sims was a step too soon. Media timeout. Last one we'll see on this night's contest. 8-1 Wisconsin is the number 3 team in the country looking for their first win of the season. We're back on Big Ten Plus. Back on Big Ten Plus. Scoreboard says it all. Good night for the Badgers. Not the best for the Nittany Lions. 8-1 Wisconsin, number 3 ranked team. They're going to pick up their first victory of the season, barring a massive miracle from Penn State within the last 7 minutes of this contest. Penn State looking to skate it to the finish. Grace Shirley feeds it ahead for Kirsten Sims. Mackay on it, able to shield away Layla Edwards. Then she blew a tire on the way. D-to-D pass. Garcia can't get it out to center ice. Sims looks to feed it past Garcia. Wozniewicz in there, along with Grace Shirley. Zanin rescues the puck. Gets it to center ice. Makes a woman miss in Wozniewicz. She has Shayla Edwards all over her, dumping it in deep, and the aggressive nature continues from Jane Jervey back in goal. Glad you could join us tonight on Big Ten Plus. Seven Pals Andre Magara with you. Back and forth action early on. Wisconsin finally found the turbo switch. Gangarosa with an opportunity on a one-timer. Shielded aside. Correa was right out in front, but Gervais was there instead to make the play. Another one. Shielded nicely. Roberts behind the cage. Trying to feed out in front. Did Correa. To no avail. Roberts has the puck scoot away from her. Janicki able to have her back. This one goes off the stick, the shaft of it, of Gervais. Badgers able to break it out. Wozniewicz gets it in deep. Badgers fine with doing that. They're going to get fresh 5 skaters on the ice. Bookbinder coming in, fakes the slap shot, now gets away the defender. Good save right there from Annie Spring. Shot high in the sky. Near point. Confer racing down to the ring. Curl. Bookbinder. Harvey. Back to Bookbinder. Straight away. Her shot. Tipped by Confer. Lazy one at that. Gangarosa going against Curl. Curl keeps the offensive possession alive for Sophie Shirley. Someone's lost their stick out there on the ice. It's Gangarosa. So an opportunity here for Wisconsin. Harvey against Roberts. Her shot. Went through a screen. Spring able to fight it off just enough. Shot out in front, they score. Sophie Shirley gets her second tally of the night. Wisconsin's knocking on the door of double digits now. We're at 9.
Good cycle from the Badgers, and it just keeps coming. Penn State had a shift a little while ago where they got some pressure with some fresh bodies out on the ice, and you think, all right, they're trying to get back into the game here, trying to make something happen, have some kind of momentum laid on, and all it took was one good cycle from Wisconsin And one of their top units, again, as Shirley finds the back of the net.
Penn State looking to find a response if they can. Top line on the ice for Wisconsin, fourth line for the Nittany Lions.
Evan, if my math is correct, that now makes the shots since Penn State went up 1-0, 26-8 in favor of Wisconsin. It just shows you how much they've taken control of this game.
Behind the goals, Wheeler looking for a backhand feed to Eden. Can't get it to go. Connolly battling for possession. She's against O'Brien. Maeve gets the red line. Just graces that puck into the attacking zone. Heminger now, after that puck squirted all the way down the ice, turns it over to O'Brien. Good shove in the back from Christian. O'Brien 1 against 2. She has some help from Eden. Eden's had a fantastic 2-game series. Heminger whips it around behind Spring's goal, rather. Heminger right back with it, past Kautlowski. Machado with a chance, trying to race by, looking to get by Grace Shirley. She's unsuccessful at that. Now a 2-on-1 chance here. Layla Edwards has Jungles with her, coming in on the backhand, tries to force it past a couple of defenders, does not work. Now darting right out in front is Sims, swallowed up with a chest protector. 2:44 to go. Wisconsin has eclipsed 40 shots on the night.
They just keep on coming. Doesn't matter how much time's on the clock, what the score is. They're playing it shift to shift, and that's how Penn State was going to have to play in this third period if they wanted to get back into it. But Wisconsin picked right back up where they left off. Total domination from the Badgers continues.
Badgers will pick up their third win against Penn State all time. They'll move to 3-1 by the end of their trek once they make it back to Madison.
And look, Evan, I said, if you're Penn State contextualizing this result, yes, this scoreline is not flattering at all. And there are a lot of high-level players on this Penn State team that played with Team USA. It's some of the highest levels that you can play this sport. And this isn't going to feel good for them. And it's not going to feel good for anybody in blue and white or gray and white tonight, whatever have you. But it's important to contextualize things. Wisconsin hadn't lost to a CHA side before last night since 2009. So this is not a team that gets beat very often out of conference, especially by the conference that Penn State resides in. Last night was a big growing point for Penn State. It was a step towards something that they want to accomplish. And again, can't ride the highs too high, can't ride the lows too low. You have to grow, move on from this because you have plenty of high-octane teams, the Minnesota, Duluth, Colgate, waiting for you on your schedule.
Less than 2 minutes to go. We're at 1:30 here in the final period. The win last night for Penn State, one of the best in program history, however. They can take that and put that on the resume. Opportunity for Picard. Goes past her stick. Able to keep it alive, though, are the Badgers right out in front in the blue paint. Spring able to stick that one aside. Good play right there. Left behind for Carrie Burns. Kotlowski cuts her off, however. Burns right back on our trail. Put out in front. Easy play right there for Spring. Less than a minute to go. Layla Edwards retreating for Wisconsin. Janicki in on the attack. She goes down. Might have toe-picked herself down there. Lobdell with it. Roberts leaves it for Janicki. Never saw Vivian Jungles coming, so Jungles able to get that puck, get it out of dodge. Grace Shirley gets it in with less than 30 seconds to go. Lobdell, backhand feed for Garcia. Poked up the boards by Correa. Sims the person in there for Wisconsin. Not able to make a play on that for or against Garcia. Garcia coming in, shot into Gervais paraphernalia. Quickly whistled dead by the referee. So we'll get a face-off to Gervais' left with 8 ticks left.
I do want to shout out one Penn State player in the last 8 seconds. Somebody that's played hard as a two-way forward all throughout this series, Courtney Correa. And she got a chance on that line with Janicki throughout the later stages of this game. That's somebody, the transfer from Boston University. If Penn State can get that two-way forward play going into the rest of the season, they still have all their goals in front of them, winning the CHA and getting to that NCAA tournament.
Not the result Penn State was looking for, but it's got to be a good start to their season, at least getting a win against the number 3 team in the country who come away victorious tonight in the Wisconsin Badgers by a final score of 9-1 in blowout fashion, outshooting Penn State 46-23. You've talked about what Penn State needs to do, just looking forward ahead to some tough matchups coming up. UMD on the schedule, along with Colgate, who's ranked number 6. What does Wisconsin looking forward to now? Looks like they might have found their wheels beneath them tonight.
I think it's just keep it going, and it's a team that's 4 lines deep, and Penn State's still trying to find that depth. That's the difference between the two sides, all things considered. Wisconsin's been there before. They have the depth. They're deeper into their process, into their program than a team like Penn State is. It's still relatively new to the college hockey scene. I think you have to keep that in mind when you're viewing a result like this, but if you're Wisconsin, it's right back to the office next week. Continue to take care of business. Get ready for WCHA play, because that is a brutal conference to go through. 2
hard-fought matchups in the opening 2 days of the NCAA women's hockey season. Up next for the Badgers, they'll be back home in Madison to take on Lindenwood for 2. Penn State's next contest will be a neutral site game in Canton, New York, against number 5, the University of Minnesota Duluth. But that'll basically do it for us tonight. For our entire staff here on Big Ten Plus, my broadcast partner, Andre Magaro, I'm Evan Palace saying thank you for tuning in and enjoy what is left of your Friday.